Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure you feel seen, heard, and truly understood. Have you ever wondered if the energy between us is more than just chemistry? Before being intimate with you, I need to know how deep your heart truly goes. Can we connect beyond just the surface? Before we share that moment, let's open our souls to each other. Do you feel the pull between us like I do? Before being intimate with you, I need to know you're here for the long haul. Are you willing to dive deep into vulnerability with me? Before we explore what's next, I need to know if your heart matches mine. Can you feel the rawness in the air? Before being intimate with you, let's strip away the layers we've built. Are you ready to reveal your true self to me? Before we let passion ignite, let's share our darkest secrets. How much do you trust me to hold your deepest desires? Before being intimate with you, I want to understand what makes your heart race, what drives your deepest passions. Before we take that step, let's allow ourselves to be lost in this moment. Can you feel the weight of anticipation? Before being intimate with you, let's make sure we're in sync. Are we both ready to open the floodgates of emotion? Before we share something so intimate, let's take a moment and just feel the connection. What does this moment mean to you? Before being intimate with you, I need to know if you're willing to dive into the unknown with me. Are you ready for what's coming? Before we embrace, let's pause for just a moment and truly connect. What do you want from this, truly? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure we're on the same emotional wavelength. Can you sense the intensity building? Before we take that leap, I want us to find alignment. Can you feel your heart syncing with mine? Before being intimate with you, I need to know how much you trust me. Are you willing to let go and be vulnerable? Before we let passion take over, let's take a deep breath. Are you ready to give yourself to me completely? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure our hearts are in the same place. Can you feel the energy changing between us? Before we move any further, let's make sure we're both on the same emotional path. What's really on your mind? Before being intimate with you, I need to know what's hidden beneath the surface. What's your truth? Before we get lost in the moment, let's connect on a deeper level. Can you feel your heartbeat racing? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure we're both ready to take this step. What does this moment feel like to you? Before we cross that line, let's be sure we're both on the same page. Can you sense the desire building? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure we share a deep emotional bond. Can you feel the tension rising between us? Before we take that step together, let's understand the weight of this moment. What does it mean to you to truly connect? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure we're both emotionally naked. Are you willing to be exposed with me? Before we let passion consume us, let's pause and just feel this energy. Do you feel it too? Before being intimate with you, I need to know what's in your heart. Are you ready to share your deepest emotions? Before we explore this passion, I want to make sure we're on the same emotional wavelength. Can you feel the heat rising? Before being intimate with you, let's take a step back and feel the anticipation building. What do you want from this moment? Before we share something so intimate, I want to ensure we're both fully present. Can you feel the spark igniting? Before being intimate with you, I need to know that we're both ready to give everything. Are you prepared to surrender to this connection? Before we share that touch, let's make sure we're aligned emotionally. What's been on your mind lately? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure we are both ready to dive deep. Can you feel the pull in the air? Before we take that final step, let's pause and feel the tension building. Are you ready to take this journey together? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure our hearts are in sync. Can you feel the energy shifting between us? Before we share that intimate moment, let's take a breath and let the energy settle. Can you feel the connection growing? Before being intimate with you, I want to make sure you're ready to let go of all your fears. Are you ready to trust me completely? Before we cross that line, I need to know what's in your heart. Can you feel the attraction between us? Before being intimate with you, let's take a moment and really connect. Can you feel the anticipation building? Before we take that step, I want to understand your heart. Are you ready to reveal your truest desires?